Hi everyone, Sean Gilliam here with Location Real Estate. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of my monthly market update. Today we're going to be taking a look at data from October and November. That way you get an idea of how the market's trending overall, especially as we get into the fall and winter market. Normally we see a slowdown with the real estate market overall, but I think you'd be surprised to look at the numbers. It's been pretty strong, and I think that's all because of the pandemic. It's been an interesting year, of course, with that. It's impacted people in a lot of ways. People have been sick, people have lost loved ones. Not to mention the impact that it's had on people's finances. People have lost jobs, people's businesses have gone under for lack of customers, those kinds of things. So a lot's going on because of the pandemic. And I only bring that up because if you recall 2008 when we had the recession back then, that was brought on by the housing market and poor lending practices. However, this time it wasn't due to those causes. It was due to the pandemic, obviously. I think conversely, this year we're going to see the recession. We're going to come out of that because of the housing market. I think in light of all that's been going on, or despite all that's been going on, the housing market has been strong. So we'll take a look at those numbers here in Boulder County, Larimer County, and Weld County, and give you an idea of how things are moving along and what we can expect looking forward into 2021. Before we get into the numbers though, I want to give a quick plug for my buyer and seller guides. Everyone, this is a great resource for you. It gives you helpful information that are time tested as far as getting ready to buy a home or what you need to do to get your home ready for sale. Very good information. It comes out quarterly, so it's based on current market information. So it'll also give you helpful tips on what to prepare for in the current market that we're in. So again, a great resource. You can get it by getting in touch with me. I'd be glad to send you a free copy. Or you can go to my website, and in the toolbar in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a link to my buyer guide and my seller guide. So click on those, follow the links and the directions, and get yourself a free copy. And of course, after reading through it, if you have questions about it, don't hesitate to get in touch. I'd be glad to help you. Again, good information, and I'm here as a resource for you. So glad to help. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers and see how things are looking for our fall and winter markets here in northern Colorado. All right, let's take a look at inventory, the number of homes for sale on the market. And if you look at this chart I put together here, you can see in the left column Boulder, Larimer, and Weld counties. And then in the orange bar, you'll see that's data representing the month of October, and the blue bar represents data from the month of November. And so, for instance, you'll take a look at the number of homes for sale on the market in Boulder County. In October, it was 405, and then in November, it was 286. Now, I want to point out the percentage figure there. That is representative of the change from November of 2020 versus November of 2019, for instance. So we have 286 homes on the market for the month of November in Boulder County, and that's down almost 53% from November of 2019. So that's how the chart is put together. And so we can see a trend here that inventory is going down not only year over year, but month over month. And I think a big part of that is just because of the pandemic. A lot of people are holding off because of health issues, or they just don't want to get caught up. There's so much uncertainty with all that's going on, not only with the pandemic, but also the economy. This was also an election year, so a lot of things have been going on, and a lot of various reasons why people might not be selling their homes. I think another important one is that interest rates have been so low that a lot of people have said, hey, we like our house, we got some upgrades we'd like to do, let's do a cash out refinance. We'll get, below 3%, and we'll have some money in our pocket to remodel a basement or the kitchen or what have you. So there's all sorts of various reasons as to why people are not listing their homes. But all that to say is inventory has gone down significantly. So let's look closely at these numbers. As I mentioned, Boulder County, down significant from last year at this time, and we see a decrease in inventory month to month as well. Larimer County, similar thing. We had 608 homes on the market in October. That's down 45% from October of 2019. Again, a significant decrease in inventory. And then in November, we saw 501 homes on the market, and that's down 48% from November of 2019. Looking at Weld County, we see the same thing. 698 homes on the market there in October, and that's down almost or a little over 34% compared to October of 2019. And then it dropped further in November to 618 homes on the market, and that's down almost or a little over 36% compared to November of 2019. So for the reasons stated, we've had a decrease in inventory, not only month to month, but year over year. And it's really made a strong market for sellers. And as inventory has gone down, demand has only increased. There's still a lot of buyers out there that want to buy homes. So that will, of course, put upward pressure on price appreciation. So we can expect to see more of that, not only through the winter months, but also into 2021. All right, let's take a look at the month supply of inventory, or MSI for short. And this is basically evaluating if you were to take all the homes that are currently on the market and sell them right now without adding any new inventory to the market, it would take a certain number of months or a certain number of time in order to clear them out of the inventory. And so right now, as you can see here for Weld County in the left column, we have about 1.4 months supply of inventory for the month of October. And so that's very low. That indicates a strong seller's market. To explain this further, a balanced market is about 6 months supply of inventory. That's when it's about a neutral market between buyers and sellers. If we go above 6 months, that's when it becomes more of a buyer's market, and buyers are more in control of pricing and all those kinds of things. In a situation where we're below 6 months supply of inventory, that's when we're in a seller's market, and sellers kind of command what value their home is and how buyers will need to respond in writing offers. So right now we're looking at about 1.4 months, like I said, for Weld County in the month of October. For the month of November, it was 1.2 months. And this is significantly down from what it was same time last year. So again, with Weld County, that was down over 36% from what it was in October of 2019. Similarly, we see it was down 40% from November of 2019. So inventory, or month supply of inventory, has gone down significantly compared to last year, and continues to do so month to month, as we'd expect this time of year. Just because a lot of people are hunkering down for the holidays, that kind of thing. Looking at Larimer County, we see a similar pattern. In October, the month supply of inventory is 1.2 months. That's down 52% from what it was in October of 2019. And then we see about 1 month supply of inventory in November, and that's down over 54% compared to November of 2019. Similarly, looking at Boulder County, it was 1.3 months in October, down almost 52% from October of 2019. And then for the month of November, month supply of inventory was just under a month's supply of inventory, and that's down over 57% compared to November of 2019. So this is just another graph to give you an idea of how the market is trending and how inventory, again, it's very low. As I mentioned in the prior graph, that it really impacts the market significantly. Strong seller's market, and with the lower inventory, you're going to find yourself, if you're a buyer, in multiple offer scenarios, and it's going to be a bit of a stressful situation. But a good agent can mentally prepare you and give you the resources and the tools so that you can be successful, or at least be patient in the process. So if you need an agent, I'd be glad to help you with that. It is a difficult market to manage in that respect, but certainly is doable. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the number of closed sales. All right, so here is the chart I put together for closed sales. This is the activity that's going on here for October and November. As you'll see there in the blue bar, that's the closed sales that occurred in October, and then the orange bars are for the closed sales in the month of November for the respective counties. And again, you'll see those percentages. Those percentages reflect the change compared to that same month a year ago in 2019. So let's start by looking at Weld County. The number of closed sales was 552. That's up almost 18% from what it was in October of 2019. For the month of November, closed sales were 466, and that's up over 8% from what it was in November of 2019. Similarly, looking here at Larimer County, there were 631 closed sales in Larimer County in October. That's up 39% from what it was in October of 2019. And then there were 442 closed sales in November, and that's up almost 13% from 2019. Finally, we'll look at Boulder County. There were 353 closed sales in October. That's up almost 16% from October of 2019. And November saw 311 closed sales, and that's up almost 24% from November of 2019. So while we've seen inventory continue to go downwards, we're seeing an upward trend in sales overall, year over year. Month to month, it's gone down, but again, I think that's more reflective of the fact that there's less inventory and less activity on the market overall, just because we'd expect to see that. in this kind of a market. But like I said, decreased inventory, but more closed sales than we saw last year. And I think that's reflective of buyer demand. A lot of buyers out there for what little inventory there is on the market. All right, let's take a look at this last chart here. This is a chart that shows you what the average sales price is per county for a home. And then also you'll see that percentage change from November 2019. So I just have data we're going to look at here for the average sales price in November. For Boulder County, it was about $812,000. That's up 1.3% from what it was in November of 2019. Larimer County's average sales price for a home is $498,000. That's up 8% from last year at this time. And then Weld County, the average sales price is about $422,000, almost $423,000, and that's up almost 7% from when it was last year at this time. So we're seeing the average sales price go up year over year, and I think that's just an indication of the average, or the property values have gone up just because of high demand and low inventory. Okay, so based on these numbers, what kind of a winter market are we going to have? Again, typically the winter market is a slower one. Most people are hunkered down. They're not going to do anything. And so, yeah, homes go on the market. And yeah, there's some buyers out there, but you can likely expect your home to stay on the market longer, those kinds of things. However, this winter is different. Because the spring market, which is typically the hot market, was shut down because of the COVID-19 guidelines, the summer market and the fall market, and now too the winter market, has just been a very active market. Low inventory again, but no shortage of buyers out there to buy homes. So if you put a home on the market right now in the winter, you're going to get a lot of attention, kind of like you would expect to have in the spring. So if you're a seller out there and you're thinking about waiting until the spring, in some cases maybe you have to, but if you don't and you want to be out there and have limited competition for your property, the winter is a great time. This winter in particular is a great time to put your home on the market. In fact, take a look at this quote from Lawrence Yun. He's the chief economist at the National Association of Realtors. He said, "This winter may be one of the best winters for sales activity. On a winter to winter comparison, this could be one of the best breakout years just based on the fact that pending contracts are at such a high level." And so from Lawrence Yun and on a national level, but also from me on a local level, the market out there is very active. Lots of buyers and little to no inventory. So again, you put your home on the market, guarantee you're going to get a lot of attention. In fact, just recently, I had a property that was in a community that last year at this time was not getting a whole lot of attention. In fact, all of 2019. It's just one of those markets that isn't as active as some other markets are. And, you know, homes would tend to sit on the market for a month. But we listed it a couple of weeks ago and had several showings within the first day and had a couple of offers within the first couple of days. So that tells you the kind of activity that's going on out there. I also was representing a buyer just last week, put an offer on a property, strong buyers, excellent situation, hard to turn a buyer like this down, but somebody came in and beat our offer by $50,000. That's the kind of market we're in. So if you're a seller, this is a good time to put your home on the market. And of course, a big part of that is that we have low mortgage rates. If you take a look at this quote here, the Freddie Mac 30-year fixed rate has gone down to below 3% in some cases. People are getting loans at 2.71%, 2.75%. Of course, if you go to a 15-year, you can get it even lower. And of course, the VA and the FHA rates are low as well. So the forecast for mortgage rates going into 2021 is that they're going to be steady right around 3%. And so that's a benefit for everybody. It benefits buyers because you have more buying power. It benefits sellers because you have more buyers that are able to afford your home. And then, of course, for those sellers, when you go to buy another home in this market, you'll get a low interest rate. So it's just a win-win for everybody. And I think that is going to make 2021 an excellent year for real estate. I think more people are going to put their homes on the market in the spring. And of course, again, no shortage of buyers. So there's going to be a lot of excellent activity. So if you're looking to make a move, now is a good time. And then also in the next year, it's just going to be a great opportunity to get the best attention for your home if you're selling it. And then, of course, you know, for buyers, right now you're struggling because there's lack of inventory. But I'm thinking as we get into the spring, there'll be more homes on the market. So hang in there. There's hope. It's going to be a good year for everybody, I think. But yeah, it's shaping up to be a good future for real estate here in the next couple of years at least. So stay tuned for more market updates, and I'll be able to keep you apprised as far as how things are going and if things change. And I would say too that one thing that will help the real estate market and everybody in general is as the pandemic slowly eases away, we get the vaccines coming in, as businesses return to normal operating hours and capacity, I think it's just going to help everybody in the long run. So looking forward to that good news. Hopefully that'll happen here in the next few months as we get into the spring and the vaccine gets distributed around the country and around the world. I think that'll be helpful for people, but I think overall our economy should have a quick return, much quicker obviously than 2008 and prior recessions that we've had. All right, that's a wrap. Hope this information was helpful to you. If you have any questions about any of the information I shared, or if you want to get started with learning about the home buying and selling process, whether it's something you're ready to do here in the next month, or if it's a long way off and at least you just want to talk to a real person that can help you out and give you an idea of what to expect and what you can do to get prepared, don't hesitate to get in touch. That's what I'm here for. It's what I love to do. You can reach me here at 970-313-6706. Or you can call me and text me at that number, or just shoot me an email. You'll see it there on the screen. Be glad to get in touch with you. I'll respond quickly, and I'm here to help you. Also, if you want more updates or more market updates or educational videos that I put out from time to time, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get those a notification of that every time I put something online. So again, here to help and educate you, as I believe an informed consumer makes the best decision. So look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.